Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
These have been tough times, and we could all use a helping hand to get through this period. GUT Credit Union gives you the opportunity to do just that without a worry. What are you looking forward to? A relaxing staycation? Brand new appliances or devices? Consolidating your debt to get more money in your pocket? Not a member? No worries. Come in and find out how you too can make the most of this offer. Or visit us today. Yes, you can have a brighter Christmas season with GUT Credit Union. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN News for today, Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. I'm Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, Grenadian attorney ponders whether Fontenoy father considered he was embarking on a suicide mission. Parent of police officer who was stabbed cautions the public against ranting without facts. No word on when flights to Grenada will resume, but Liat is back in the skies again. And Grenadians in the U.S. in wait-and-see mode after voting in high-stake elections amid fears of possible post-election violence. Coming up in sports, GCA president commends Grenadian cricketers on West Indies tour of New Zealand, while GFA hosts friendly match to raise awareness on breast cancer. In Around the Globe, students will return to the classrooms on Monday in Guyana. We'll have the details when we return.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening to all viewers and listeners on K105. This is GBN News at 7. Local police are trying to mend broken relationships. They are reviewing the tapes and listening to public conversations about how to improve on their quota of public trust. The local populace has been very vocal about the need for a public outreach by the police following the Fontenoy shooting episode.
It is a must that police have a connect with the public and the citizens at large. However, we looking at these things as being simple or just, things that we could speak about and do nothing about after we speak about it. And I am saying that we should do something about it. We should get people here in Grenada, or even though we seek help from abroad, to, do something about it, because the family in Fontenoy is hurting. The family of the police officers is hurting. And what is happening with them after? Nothing is really happening. The police reach out to the family in Fontenoy today and maybe would have tried to patch. But after today, what happened? Would they go back? Would they continue the process? The officers who was involved, they merely had nothing to do with this situation in Fontenoy.
My comment, okay, listening. Social service, even Mr. Pancho and what he's saying there, I disappointed, okay, because as a layman and I listen to this man, I could have feel this man pay with GBN interview, okay, and it is correct what the lawyer from New York is saying, Grenadian born. They should have reached out to this man from day one, okay, according to what this man has said. And the next thing, conflict resolution was introduced to Grenada, and it also was introduced to the police. Why they're not practicing it? Grenada is a hurt society, and it go way back from the revolution. A lot of things was never dealt with. We need to deal with it, and it keep on coming up. You can't want to be treating people like if there's animals. They're going to react back at you. If you put it back against a wall, they're going to hit back. This man shouldn't have lost his life like that. I'm really sorry, and I'm also sorry for the police officer.
Several people were cast between a rock and a hard place as they weighed in on the discourse surrounding the actions taken by Trevor Regis, who was outraged by the police shooting of his son. None has been heard to publicly condone his stabbing of 2 police officers in the city last Friday. And now a Grenadian attorney who is based in New York is sifting through the case for commonalities. He wonders whether it could be summed up as a suicide mission. GBN's Christina John has been on that story and continues to examine some of the intricate details.
When one person hurts, the entire community feels the ache. In this instance, 2 sets of families are in pain following Friday's fatal stabbing of 2 police officers and the shooting of 1 man, later resulting in his death. One begs the question, was it a suicide mission by the now deceased? The story continues to spark questions from all around.
I want to say this. There has been 2 major police incidents in Grenada in a decade. Oscar Bartholomew and now this incident. And both parents end up dead.
Yes.
The mother committed suicide. Now the father shot dead. It's a suicide.
Suicide again.
Suicide by cop. You know, when a man take a knife and he goes stabbing police officers, that's what you call suicide by cop. That's what we call it here in the States. Something is wrong, and the police, Royal Police, Canadian Police Force, have to take that into consequences, into deep consideration.
That was Denison George, a Grenadian attorney based in New York. He was guest on Monday night's Beyond the Headlines program. George believes that police officers need to think twice before applying force in certain situations.
I think 3 main points. Police officers have to know when they pull their trigger, there are going to be consequences. So before you pull your trigger, it has to be justified. No.
In a discussion with GBN, an interviewee pointed out that police officers may be stressed and under pressure and need some form of counseling. Clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Panchu echoed similar sentiments. However, he suggests that there could be other triggers.
When people have authority, sometimes it's misguided of them to think that they can enforce laws and that they can use that force and authority to circumnavigate the natural course of justice. And it could be, and I'm not saying that's what it was because I haven't spoken to either, but I'm saying sometimes that happens, and I agree the caller that person asking the question is making some sense. It could be stressors, but it also could be a misguided sense of having authority and being able to use it.
Dr. Panchu believes the Minister for National Security has a role to perform and should step forward in addressing this situation, since it is a national security issue.
We're not in the business of hurting people. We're in the business of upholding the law, and that's a message that needs to come out from the Minister for National Security as well as the Commissioner of Police to let the nation know that it is a tragedy when something like that happens, but there is a process of healing that can take place, and the need for community policing, the need for us looking out for each other, and a wiser choice in decision making is a process that could be advocated for, where we do not take the law into our own hands, but even though the wheels of justice seem to grind slow, we try to make every other choice to ensure that we get justice, but not through violence and force.
As unfortunate as the circumstances have been, those addressing the issue say the positive that have emerged from the shooting at Gove several months ago and the recent Fontenoy incident is that a conversation has started. They hope that the police and the National Security Ministry will not let this crisis go to waste, but seek instead to continue the discussion and implement actions which will create greater trust between the police and the people they swear to serve without fear or favor. Christina John, GBN News.
While the Regis family mourns the loss of their patriarch and hope for the full recovery of swim coach Chris Regis, two other family groupings are hanging tough. They are praying for full recovery of their relatives who were stabbed by the senior Mr. Regis. The father of the female police officer who was stabbed by Regis called into GBN's Beyond the Headlines program on Monday night to highlight some pertinent issues.
A father's ordeal, coping with the fate of his wounded daughter while in the line of duty. He spoke fervently about his daughter's recovery process with the hope that all will work for the best.
I don't have a problem because I know in life you have to accept things the way it comes. It's not that you like it or you dislike it. It just happened and you just have to take it for that.
Father of the female police officer wounded in Friday's stabbing incident in St. George. While his daughter remains hospitalized and recovering, he dispelled claims made by members of the public that his daughter lost consciousness.
Well, I just waiting and hoping that my daughter will recover from the injuries. I mean, based on what the doctor explained to me or to us, and concerning the wound that my daughter gets, and as I see. The doctors, they will never tell you, they will never give you the idea that the situation is so bad, right? But then on the other hand, when you check on the wound, it could be very serious. Yes, she might survive for a couple of days, but the same way she could die. She was never unconscious.
Okay.
She was never unconscious. People say all kinds of things about it. She was never unconscious.
Okay.
The only thing that she might have happened to her, she might have been weak because of the amount of blood she might have lost. A lot of blood and things, and she thinks. But she could have. Her situation is serious.
The gentleman spoke strongly against dissemination of unreliable information by some members of the media fraternity.
On Friday night, I listened to Mikey Hutchison, where he said he had an eyewitness to the incident on Friday. When I listened to the eyewitness, this eyewitness had never seen what went on. Never seen what went on. And I will make it quite clear even though. Now, the police in particular is my daughter, right? I'm not creating a problem because what happened already happened. But when you listen to what transpired, how it transpired, this eyewitness had never ever seen nothing. Where the news is disseminating, that's creating more and more problem between the police and the people.
As a parent himself, he leaves a note to other parents.
The problem I have is that, okay, I have children, and a lot of us have children. When children goes out, when they leave our presence, and they go out and they meet their friends, they get on in all kind of way and form and fashion. You, as a parents, will not see what they're doing. I, as a parent, will not see what they're doing. But when we end up in trouble on the wrong side of the law, we boast about how nice and how loving and how caring our children is. Rather than even going out first to find out what is the situation, what happened, what transpired.
A difficult time, no doubt, but standing like a beacon of hope and an example to others on how to take things in strides, even if they spark your righteous anger. Christina John, GBN News.
Moving now to Grenadians in the United States who are among millions who are under tension tonight. They await the closure of the final voting stations, which are still opened. America now waits following weeks of tension to see who will be voted in as the 46th President of the United States. Relatives in New York and other states have been telling their loved ones here in Grenada that they have been living in fear for the past few weeks, amid concern that whichever way the polls go, there could be post-election violence. Blossom Alexis Welch has been garnering perspectives on how the outcome of the elections could impact Grenada and other Caribbean islands.
Most eyes will be focused on the counting of the ballots in what has been one of the hotly contested U.S. presidential election races in history. Incumbent President Donald Trump is being challenged by former Vice President Joe Biden, with over 100 million Americans voting ahead of the official election day, Tuesday. The result of the presidential elections could have a profound impact on the Caribbean, depending on who wins, because of differences in domestic and foreign policy. Former opposition leader of Grenada, Michael Batiste, notes that one of the major issues is that of immigration.
Joe Biden has promised that if he's elected, the 11 million undocumented aliens in the United States, he would give them a path to citizenship. So I think that more than ever is what the Caribbean people and, of course, Caribbean nationals in the United States, I think that's why they're rooting for Joe Biden, because it will give them the opportunity to legalize an aggressive approach in deporting folks as well. You have tightened up all the immigration laws and make it difficult for people to stay legally in the United States.
Member of the Grenadian diaspora, Jerry Hopkin, believes leaders in the region should come together and strengthen the relationship between the Caribbean and the U.S., a move that should have already started.
I think the OCS has been more effective as a collective, as a body, in organizing itself and getting things done. And if CARICOM is not going to take the lead, maybe the OCS should act independent of CARICOM and approach as a collective body the U.S. State Department and begin to negotiate and on terms that are favorable to our peoples in the region. For example, they need to be talking about how we deal with deportees. And we need more talks with the U.S. about how we must deal with issues such as sustainable development and the tapping of our natural energy sources, wind, solar, marine, thermal in the region.
Grenadian attorney and philanthropist in the U.S., Denison Forrester George, is confident that the writing is on the wall for President Trump, as his time as leader of the free world has come to an end.
But I don't even think it's going to be close. I think the American people is going to speak tomorrow. And we may not get all the results of all the states, but I think when states like, I think North Carolina is going to go to Biden, Georgia is going to go to Biden, and then the blue wall states of Minnesota, Milwaukee, and Michigan, and I think the writing will be on the wall. So even if he doesn't concede, I still believe that early tomorrow evening, maybe about 11 o'clock, we should know that Donald Trump is done. His presidency is over.
Reports coming out of the U.S. say many, including Grenadians, have begun to see the effects of the tense election, as businesses across the country are boarding up doors and windows to leave no room for looting and vandalism. Blossom Alexis Welsh, GBN News.
Throughout the day today, GBN has been carrying coverage of the elections. Let's cross over to CNN for an update.
About the same, and that's how we'll know, is the map shift. Even in, this is one of the things to watch at. When you have a president who lost the vote last time, you have a president whose approval rate is 45%, when you have a president who's managing, Democrats would say mismanaging, the pandemic in the country right now, even places he wins, he underperforming, he getting fewer votes, or even are red counties and red towns and red cities and red states closer in 2020 than they were in 2016. That'll be one of the things we watch tonight. And again, Indiana and Kentucky will be early examples. We expect Donald Trump to win Indiana and to win Kentucky. The question is, do we get clues about the rest of the country by tighter margins, by the president underperforming in states that he won in a walk 4 years ago?
We'll watch those states. We'll watch all the states. That's coming up. We're in the final run-up to the first big round of closing.
We will continue the elections coverage after this newscast and throughout the night. Do stay with GBN. We now take a break, but still ahead, Liat takes to Caribbean skies once more. The question is, will Grenada be on its schedule? We'll examine that when we return.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press consumer. country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Blow, keeping you connected.
This Christmas, it's happening with Republic Bank Deals on Wheels. Get fantastic deals on Saturday, November 7th at the Republic House Car Park on Morris Bishop Highway from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 100% financing, same-day approvals. You can drive away with a brand new ride and a chance to win $10,000. Christmas is happening with Republic Bank Deals on Wheels. For more information, visit us online at republicgrenada.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Sunday, 15th November. The annual Grenadian General Insurance Half Marathon is on. Race starts at 2 p.m. at Corinth through Redgate West Hall, Grandad's Valley, Belmont, Kirani James Boulevard, and onto the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Transportation will be provided. One bus leaves River Sally at 12 noon and passes through Grenville. Another leaves Sates and passes through the western side. Two buses leave the NIS car park at 1 p.m. passing through St. Paul's and Grandad's. Monetary prizes for the top 10 male and female finishers in the half marathon, and cash prizes for the top 5 finishers in the 10K. The oldest finisher and the school or club with the most finishers. The annual Grenadian General Insurance Half Marathon. Sunday, 15th November.
The Franklins are returning from their dream vacation, but they soon discover that their world has changed.
They want to test Papa for COVID-19. Why they don't test all them damn people that are flying on the plane with the woman they call in Patient Zero?
Heritage Theatre presents Patient Zero, a full-length play written by Chris DeRiggs, directed by Neela Etienne. Patient Zero, a story about a family and a nation under the grips of COVID-19.
Madness! Pure madness!
He got the whole world in his hands. We got the whole world in his hands.
I mean, your father has just been carried away on a stretcher, and all you can say is you're locked up and you're frustrated?
What do you want me to say? I'm locked up and frustrated.
Patient Zero at the Grenada Trade Center.
They ain't even allowing 2 dashings to come from St. Vincent. All they're talking about is curfew, curfew, curfew.
Social distancing and other safety protocols will be in place.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack. I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Arise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Introducing the new Digicel Prime Bundle. It's simply more bundled together. 54 gigs for 7 days for only $25. More data, more fun. Activate today on the My Digicel app.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
This Christmas, it's happening with Republic Bank Deals on Wheels. Get fantastic deals on Saturday, November 7th at the Republic House Car Park on Morris Bishop Highway from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 100% financing, same-day approvals. You can drive away with a brand new ride and a chance to win $10,000. Christmas is happening with Republic Bank Deals on Wheels. For more information, visit us online at republicgrenada.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to News at 7. There are questions about whether airport manager Wendy Francette Williams has indeed tendered her resignation. Last week, Tourism Minister Dr. Clarice Modes-Kerwin said she had. Today, she was challenged during a press conference about exactly what were the facts, since the airport manager seemed to recall a different version of events. Joseph Kador picks up that story.
Last week, the minister said Francette Williams had resigned. Other reports in circulation said that was not the case. The minister was asked to say what the real position was.
I think maybe a review of what I said needs to be, undertaken. I didn't say I was in discussions with her on her vacation, her leave. She had expressed the desire to take leave. As a matter of fact, it was done in writing. So maybe there might be some misinterpretations. So at this point in time, I'll just leave it that way. She has proceeded on vacation, and I did say that her vacation was due somewhere towards the end of December, not at the end of the month, but subsequently, I learned it. She had a few days in January. So that is something that had to be rectified, and I'm doing that. But now that it wasn't the end of December, it is her leave ends in January. But it's common practice that before if whatever happens, and if your contract has expired, you need to take your leave, and then decisions are made as to whether your leave is your tenure could be renewed or terminated. So she has taken her leave, and this has been done in writing.
The minister did say on GBN's To The Point program that Mrs. Williams had resigned.
The GM did have some vacation that were owing to her. Her contract has expired, and therefore the GM decided to take some vacation pending. She has decided to resign and take some vacation pending that time of resignation. The resignation takes effect from the end of the month.
Today, during a ministerial briefing, she was pressed on the subject based on the reports that the airport manager never tendered her resignation.
The information or the informant was wrong, I don't know, or the interpretation, but certainly I did not have that conversation with her about demanding anything, so there's a misunderstanding there. So let us leave it at that. She has taken her, she has requested her vacation, and she's on vacation.
The whole issue stemmed from Grenada lacking firefighting aggregates at the airport, and this resulted in the airport losing its Category 9 certification. It happened under the watch of Mrs. Williams, and the government was furious because it came just as Virgin Atlantic and British Airways had announced the resumption of services. The chain of events seemed blurry as to whether she jumped or was pushed. Whichever way the cookie crumbled or the knitwear unraveled, there is no doubt that Francette Williams has taken a fall for causing major embarrassment to the country. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
Staying with news of the airports and flights, there is no word yet on whether Grenada will be on the new schedule, but the fact is that Liat is back in the skies and brings a glimmer of hope. The regional carrier has taken to the skies for the first time in 7 months. The Antiguan-based carrier made its inaugural post-COVID-19 flight on the weekend. GBN's Rina Pear reports.
Following a 7-month absence, Liat operated its first flight on Sunday, November 1st from the VC Bird International Airport in Antigua to Dominica. The Caribbean airline will operate a limited schedule of flights when it launches its commercial schedule later this month, which will return connectivity to its network, which was impacted by the shutdown. Liat is currently completing all the training and regulatory requirements for the territories it will be flying to. Minister for Tourism and Investment in Antigua and Barbuda, Charles Fernandez, says his country is happy to see Liat back in the air.
For generations has played an important role in bringing people, cargo throughout the region, business people, and I mean it's just really, really exciting to see Liat take off and land again today. I want to say a special thank you to everyone who has made this day special. I know there are a number of people that have been called back out to Liat, and we are hoping that with time, as the airline expands and as business picks back up after this COVID nightmare is over, that we'll be able to see more and more people coming back to work at Liat. Very, very important.
Several new procedures will be implemented to ensure the safety of passengers as well as reduce the risk of transmission of COVID. Dominica's Tourism Minister Dennis Charles welcomed the airline back into Dominica following its arrival in the country on Sunday afternoon.
I am delighted to welcome back Liat, the Caribbean airline, to Dominica. This is a momentous occasion for the government and people of Antigua for many reasons. Not only does this flight signal the return of Liat to the skies, but today is also Antigua and Barbuda's 49-year independence.
The airline was forced to suspend services in April 2020 due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Liat is being reconstructed to improve its viability and sustainability following a decision by the government of Antigua and Barbuda to reorganize the airline. There is no word yet about the airline's flight schedule or when it may start flying to Grenada again. Scores of workers here have been unemployed since the airline was forced out of the skies by COVID-19. While the airline is headquartered in Antigua and Barbuda, it will operate to several destinations across the Caribbean, which will be announced later in the month. It remains to be seen whether Grenada will be on the schedule. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Meanwhile, tourism officials are worried that they may have just made 2 steps forward and 10 backward. Just 1 week after celebrating the return of the first long-haul flight to the Maurice Bishop International Airport, there's bad news out of Europe. Several European countries are once again in lockdown mode following a spike in the coronavirus cases. As we hear in this report, this has negative implications for Grenada and other tourism-dependent territories.
Just as local tourism officials entered celebratory mode last week, the air was sucked out of the room. On the weekend, Britain announced that it was enforcing a new period of lockdown until the first half of December in the first instance. People will only be allowed to travel for work and other essential services. Other European countries followed suit. This put a damper on tourism-dependent businesses, which thought that they were about to emerge from the shadows of the coronavirus. CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Patricia Ma, hopes that the recently reinstated British Airways and Virgin Atlantic flights will continue despite the new set of challenges.
We heard over the weekend, actually, that the UK government has made the decision to lock down England for a period of 4 weeks. So we were actually on the phone this morning with British Airways, and we have yet to hear how that will impact the schedule to the destination. We were very happy to resume the services with British Airways and Virgin Atlantic Airways coming in twice a week as of the end of October. And the UK market is our second largest international source market, so it's a very critical market for us as well.
The CEO says that they will be working along with the airlines to try and determine how they could proceed. Tourism Minister Dr. Clarice Modest-Cohen said that they have been speaking with British Airways to establish a more convenient COVID-19 testing mechanism for travelers coming to Grenada. The minister explains that she is not certain as to the kind of tests that will be administered, but maintains government support of PCR testing.
So I just want to mention too that we've been talking to American Airlines on a similar matter. They too want to do testing. That one, I'm sure, it's a PCR. It's PCR. The one with the British, I am not sure.
The minister was ecstatic about the return of BIA and Virgin flights, but acknowledges that COVID-19 is sending tourism on a seesaw ride. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Click, click, click goes the camera and a burst of flash follows. The perfect image is captured and shared with admirers. We serve as the sharing platform for unique, untold photo stories. Let's see what's on display in tonight's GBN ISA.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISA is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. Rechanging the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's ISA features the aftermath of inclement weather experienced early Monday morning. Our citizen journalist submitted photographs of a metal pole crashed into the fence surrounding the Grandlands Recreational Court. The court is used for basketball, netball and tennis, among other activities. Over the weekend, the island experienced torrential rains, which even resulted in land slippage in some areas. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 4053052 or our other social media platforms. Stay with us, we'll have more news when we return.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
It's new, innovative and classy, and it cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandland, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
We are down to the finals of the Clark's Court National Karaoke Competition, the virtual edition. It's now time for the battle for the top spot. Tune in to Mikey Live on Sunday, November 8th to watch the best of the best go head-to-head for the coveted 2020 title. Over $10,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Event starts at 6 p.m. It's the grand finals of the Clark's Court National Karaoke Competition, the virtual edition, Sunday, November 8th. Log on and support your favorite artist.
Real Value IJ Supermarket, serving our community. Think Real Value
IGA Supermarket today. Revalue IGA Supermarket keeps the savings flowing when you use your Revalue IGA Supermarket frequent shopper card.
Excuse me, ma'am, do you have a shopper's card? Sure.
Revalue IGA Supermarket, where good food begins.
Rubis is giving you more ways to win because you deserve it. Spend $50 or more in Ultratech fuel or purchase a Rubigas refill at any Rubis service station and get an entry card. Win one of 5 amazing grand prizes worth $2,500, including Ultratech fuel, cash, groceries, bill payment vouchers, and home furnishings. Each grand prize winner gets to donate $500 to charity too. Plus, win exciting weekly prizes, including electronics. Make sure you're in with a chance to win. Win with Rubis. You deserve it.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the best fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. As tourism officials sift through the challenges brought about by the new phase of lockdown in Europe, locals worry about imported COVID-19 cases, and the health minister wants people to act responsibly as they approach the festive Christmas season.
As Grenada and the rest of the world get into the Christmas season, the Ministry of Health will be further stepping up its domestic testing to confirm the local epidemiological situation in the country's fight against COVID-19. Minister of Health Nicholas Steele says in finding a balance between health and livelihood, the officials will ensure that the hard work of keeping the virus at bay in Grenada does not go in vain.
As the Christmas season approaches, we are very much aware in the ministry that it's seen as a period of or a season of festivity, of gatherings, family gatherings and gatherings with friends, of fetes, of parties, of celebration. I do ask the Grenadian population to maintain a certain level of discipline in this period. We would hate to know that in our celebration of the birth of Christ, coming together to appreciate, if not recognize and celebrate our accomplishments for the year, that we were to throw it all away.
So far, officials have not found any evidence of community spread of the virus, but to be sure, increased testing needs to happen.
Quite possibly, where activities are found where persons are non-compliant, then everybody there would be tested as well, just as an additional precaution. And if they are the ones carrying out high-risk activities, they are the ones probably that may get infected, as well as the wardens stepping up and doing further, more aggressive enforcement of the rules and regulations. But at the same time, the ministry's team stepping up to approve those who apply and are able to be compliant to have activities. It must go hand in hand. It is not just a simple case of no. It is to accommodate as best as possible, because as I have said previously in this very house, we must find the balance between health and livelihoods, between saving lives and maintaining livelihoods.
Since March, Grenada recorded 29 positive cases of COVID-19. Blossom Alexis Welsh, GBN News.
Moving now to another sector, the Fisheries Department seems to be having a smooth sailing experience so far. It has commended several fishermen for cooperating with the team of inspectors who have been going around to the various centers to inspect vessels during the annual inspections and licenses exercise. Dr. Anthony Telesford, owner of fishing vessel Sea Fox, was the first fisherman to pass the 2020 fishing vessel inspection. Fisheries District Officer Ms. Lisa Chetram presented him with his fishing vessel sticker for the period November 2020 to October 2021. He is now permitted to fish in Grenada's territorial waters. Otterson Frederick, owner of fishing vessel Betty Lou, and Kim Caesar, owner of fishing vessel Glorious, were also among the first batch of owners who were certified by the department. The annual fishing vessel inspection started on Monday, and all fishermen have been urged to ensure their boats are up to standard. Chief Fisheries Officer Moran Mitchell says fishermen who evade inspection will be fined if they are caught fishing without a license. Stay with us. The weather and sports are up next. Stay with us now for a look at the regional forecast with TV6's Sagani Mohammed.
Let's take a look at what's happening across the islands for Trinidad and Tobago as well as everybody else in the Atlantic, because we are currently tracking a major hurricane at Category 4 status. Hurricane Zeta made landfall just under 2 hours ago in Nicaragua, and this system is a catastrophic hurricane, as we saw yesterday, definitely rewriting the record books and now becoming one of the strongest hurricanes in the Atlantic hurricane season for the year 2020 thus far. As if the year wasn't crazy enough, we now have hurricane activity to contend with, and we still have about 4 weeks to go before the official end of the Atlantic hurricane season. And right now the forecast indicates that even beyond that period, we can be expecting more tropical cyclonic activity to develop in and around the region. So notice Ada, the forecast cone of uncertainty is kind of making a loop, and that is very concerning, not just for us in the Caribbean on the western portion, but even for the United States, because into the rest of this week, pushing into the weekend, that forecast cone can actually move all the way into the U.S., and we'll be monitoring that over the next couple of days. But right now, our prayers definitely going out with the people of Central America. This storm is moving westward at 5 miles per hour. We can walk faster than that. That's to tell you what's going on across that part of the region. It's not just impacting them, it's impacting a few other islands in the Caribbean as well. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on in our regional forecast, so you want to stay tuned for that. Closer to home, not a lot of activity happening on the eastern side, in case you're wondering. Trinidad and Tobago today, lots of sunshine, just a few spotty showers in the mix, and it seems as though that's a trend that's going to take us through midweek at least until the weekend hits and things kind of change up a little bit. So we'll notice that it's quite dull outside still, and that's because we do have some Saharan dust at play. Not a lot, just a little bit, so it will be quite dull and hazy at times. You'll even think that it's a mixture of partly cloudy spells, but it's really mostly clear in terms of our general sky cover, and quite breezy as the evening progresses. Still expecting an overnight shower or two, so you may just get that pitter-patter on your rooftop over midnight, and your temperatures not too bad, dipping to the mid-20s. Into tomorrow's forecast we go, and between sunrise and sunset, it will make for beautiful sunrises, most definitely, where you have that little bit of Saharan dust at play. But between this period, you want to be mindful that we've got a whole lot of sunshine coming our way. Predominantly sunny conditions, quite hazy still, and we will see some quick passing showers picking up as the day progresses, especially in the early morning period. That clears up though, lots of sunny conditions taking you through the afternoon, but by mid-afternoon into early evening, look out for yet another quick passing shower. Not a whole lot to talk about here, but you still want to have the umbrella on hand, and with the heat, because temperatures are racking up, have a nice cool drink on hand as well. Highs get up to 31 degrees in Tobago, a whopping 32 degrees Celsius high is in the forecast for Trinidad. Before I leave you this evening, This is a quick look at Hurricane Ada as it made landfall just a few hours ago across parts of Nicaragua. The system is currently moving along hilly areas and it's going to be bringing in a lot of power outages. That's already been reported by the governments of Nicaragua and Honduras combined. And we're also hearing about landslide and mudslide activity picking up in those areas as well. So again, our prayers definitely going out for the people of the Western Caribbean and Central America over the next couple of hours. It's going to be quite deadly.
At Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a Communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal. Join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with Tropical. I can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with Tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with Tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website, otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
We are down to the finals of the Clark's Court National Karaoke Competition, the virtual edition. It's now time for the battle for the top spot. Tune in to Mikey Live on Sunday, November 8th to watch the best of the best go head-to-head for the coveted 2020 title. Over $10,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Event starts at 6 p.m. It's the grand finals of the Clark's Court National Karaoke Competition, the virtual edition, Sunday, November 8th. Log on and support your favorite artist.
Good evening, sporting fans. Andre Fletcher is one of the players on the West Indies team, while Preston McSween is on standby on the tour of New Zealand. During an interview after Sunday's GCA Super 50 Cup final, President of the Grenada Cricket Association, Dwayne Gill, commented on Fletcher's growth so far.
Fletcher has done well at CPL over the last couple of years. I thought he was unlucky not to have been in the team, but of course we had the likes of Evan Lewis and Chris Gale and those guys. So we're hoping that he can grab the opportunity with both hands. We know he has the ability. He's done it already at the regional level, but we're hoping now at the international level that he can really show his ability. We still believe that he has something to offer in the other formats as well. The 50-over format, and we saw him playing 4-day cricket last year, and he didn't look out of place, right? I think he's still young, and, you know, given an opportunity with the Volcanoes and playing regional cricket, we believe that you know, he can really push to gain something more, but it's up to him.
While speaking on Preston McSween, Gill expressed contentment with the way the player bounced back from a difficult period.
Preston, we're happy for him because he was out in the wilderness over for a couple of years. He went to Barbados, didn't have the best time there. He came back with some injuries and so on, but he's worked extremely hard on his own. He's asked for local help. He's gone to La Sagesse to work with Coach Paul, Philip, and so on. And he's come to the Volcanoes. Luckily, the Volcanoes franchise was actually in Grenada, so he had the opportunity to train and work his way back. As a swing bowler, we think, you know, he was useful for the West Indies in England, and he will be in New Zealand because, you know, in the warm-up matches and the practice sessions and so on, he has that ability to swing the ball back into the right-hander. I'm sure the West Indies test team, that's the kind of bowling they're going to get with Bolt and company. So we're happy that Preston has gotten there. You know, he now has to push for a place into the real team, the real test team, and not the reserve team.
So far, all members of the West Indies touring party in New Zealand have cleared their first 3 COVID-19 tests. Following this test, which was conducted 3 days after their arrival on October 30th, the West Indies contingent will undergo 2 more on days 6 and 12 of their 2-week quarantine at the New Zealand High Performance Centre in Christchurch. In another sport, October was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. In the name of encouraging self-screening and increasing awareness about breast cancer, the Under-15 Girls National Football Team played a friendly on Saturday, October 31st, while wearing pink shirts. The match was played against the Paradise Under-15 Girls team, who won the game 3-0. The Grenada Football Association posted photos of the match to its Facebook page, captioning that the month may be over, but the fight continues. It says it will continue to support breast cancer. The Grenada Football Association will continue to support the fight. And that brings us to the end of the sporting news. We'll have the probe around the globe up next. And now for the probe around the globe. When schools reopen on November 9th in Guyana, wellness diagnostic tests will be administered to students and professional psychological help rendered where necessary. We have more details in this report from HGP TV.
Schools will reopen in Guyana for face-to-face classes next Monday after a gap of more than 8 months in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. According to Education Minister Priya Manikchan, only students who are in preparation for the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC, Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination CAPE, and those attending technical and vocational schools will attend classes under strict COVID-19 guidelines. The cabinet decision was revealed at a press briefing on Saturday. The Education Minister explained that there was imperative need for face-to-face interaction between students and teachers to avoid further learning loss of the nation's children. She explained that while the CXC body has not made any announcement for 2021's sitting of the exams, it is necessary that the students are prepared. So far, a number of protective measures, which include the installation of sinks, have already been implemented at schools nationwide.
Toilets work, and that we have determined that there is adequate ventilation and have assessed the capacity to stay appropriately distanced vis-a-vis the numbers in each school. Schools have been cleaned and weeded, and we have procured masks and face shields.
Students are also expected to undergo a wellness diagnostic test before being reintegrated into the classrooms.
Our school's welfare department is fully mobilized to address needs as they arrive, and we intend to make sure we lose not one single child to this school closure.
It is to be noted that regular temperature checks, frequent cleaning, increased janitorial support, and ongoing sensitization sessions with the learners will be the new reality at schools.
In Jamaica, 2 people are dead following a mass shooting at a bar. The second mass shooting in a matter of days. We'll have more details in this TVJ report.
These bloodstains and slippers tell only part of the tale of what transpired here at the Under Vibe Sports Bar in Gordon District, White House, Westmoreland. It's understood that about the evening, persons were attending a party at the bar when an argument developed between 31-year-old Mark Morgan and the man alleged to be the shooter. The man allegedly threatened to kill Mr. Morgan, then left the venue. He allegedly returned and opened fire at Mr. Morgan and in the process hit the other patrons. After the shooting ended, it was discovered that 13 persons were shot. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Morgan and 30-year-old farmer Cason Alex Blair were found suffering from gunshot wounds to their heads. 10 of the victims were taken to hospital, where Morgan and Blair were pronounced dead. 3 others were treated and admitted in serious condition, while 2 were admitted to another hospital in stable condition. Mr. Blair's mother says she's shocked that someone would take her son's life.
He's the 4th of the 7 children, very jovial. I don't know of any enemy that he has, why anybody would want to do him anything. He's a very nice and loving son, very nice father to his 3 children.
Mr. Morgan's mother says her son came to her, dropped off his child, and told her he was going to a party for his brother. She said after warning her son to stay home because of the weather condition, he was adamant he was going. She says a few minutes later, she heard of the incident from another son.
And that's the probe around the globe. When we return, we'll recap the headlines. Recapping the headlines, Grenadian attorney ponders whether Fontenoy father considered he was embarking on a suicide mission. Parent of police officer who was stabbed cautions the public against ranting without facts. No word on when flights to Grenada will resume, but Liat is back in the skies again. And Grenadians in the U.S. in wait-and-see mode after voting in high-stake elections, amid fears of possible post-election violence. In sports, GCA President commends Grenadian cricketers on West Indies tour of New Zealand, while GFA hosts friendly match to observe awareness on breast cancer. In the probe around the globe, students will return to the classrooms on Monday in Guyana. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on our Facebook page at GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's news. Good night.